Well, that was a pretty slow episode. Alright, what's going on YouTube? I'm back with another episode recap. So we are on episode 3 of The Walking Dead Dead City, and you already know what we do on this channel. We're going to go over the 5 best moments of tonight's episode with starting number 5. Let's go with the setting of the cornfield. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. I thought, the cornfield setting was really cool. It kind of felt like a Jurassic Park 2 Lost World type of moment. You got the high corn, and then you can't really see up in there. You don't know what's coming. The walkers was coming at all different type of angles. I mean, it snatched one guy up, was eating his ass alive. It was pretty crazy, if you know what I'm saying. It was really cool. But I thought that was a very creepy moment, because you can't really see what's in front of you, and you don't know which direction that the walkers are coming from. Some of these walkers, boy, they was jumping out, man. It was pretty crazy. But I thought that was a pretty cool moment in tonight's episode for sure. All right, number 4, hands down, gotta go to Negan saving Herschel. Okay, I thought that was a really cool moment. I mean, I forgot the guy name who Negan was going with, trying to find the soldiers. But I don't know how this guy was still walking around, still talking. Obviously, he got bitten up by these walkers. These walkers grabbed him up, when I was walking through that little tunnel, and they grabbed him up and they was biting him, and he was cussing out Negan when Negan ran off. But yet he still find his way back, to Herschel and the little Voyager girl. But Negan looked like, I guess he threw like a little arrow or something at the guy's chest. And Herschel, when he seen him, he was kind of pissed off. And he shot the gun at him, which he done lied to his mom about, but we'll get into that later on. But Negan saving Herschel, I thought that was a pretty cool moment, because again, him and Herschel they really don't get much interaction. I can't remember if they did interact a little bit back in season 1. I'm not entirely sure, but it was cool to see that kind of stare down moment between the two. All right, moment number 3, hands down, gotta go to Negan trying to get the Croat to switch sides on Darlene. Remember, I call her Darlene because I can never forget her from the Ozarks. But Negan trying to make him switch up sides, which, I mean, it's true, because Darlene kind of talked down to the Croat, kind of treat him like crap at times. But it's like, yo, like, come on, bro. Like, you the scientist, man. You coming up with all these cool, innovative ideas. What is Darlene without the Croat? Dude's the brains of the operation. You know what I mean? He the one who, get the methane to energize the whole city. He come up with all these cool ideas, all these different inventions, man. It's him. He's the brain behind everything. And I just love how Negan just kind of laying down little breadcrumbs, like, hey, yo, she treats you like trash, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, how you gonna allow her to do these things to you? And he's like, hey, look, I only had her. I was by myself. When I stumbled upon this island, I was by myself. It felt like I was on an island. So, yo, we get all of that. I understand that. But I just love how Negan is just really trying to get the ball rolling with everything. You know what I mean? He's setting everything up. And that's what I like about Negan, man. It's like he's always like 1 or 2 steps ahead of the situation. And I think that's really cool. All right, number 2, hands down, gotta go to getting all these flashbacks of Herschel and Darlene. So it's really cool to see the whole dynamic of when he was captured and see what was going on. And obviously, it seemed as if he has a pretty good connection with Darlene, because she kind of was talking to the artist inside of him. She's basically saying, yo, I see you. I understand you. I see your feelings. Let's change up this world. Let's make this a brand new world. And I really like that aspect, because we know that Herschel and Maggie is not in a good situation. They're not in a good spot as of right now. But you just really see, like, she got him out of that dingy old room, gave him a bed, let him draw, was explaining to him about the artist, was explaining like, yo, I understand the Negan situation, and I get how your mom is so obsessed with Negan, rightfully so, but I see you. I understand you. I want to get to know you. And of course, him being the kid, he kind of feels alone because, again, Maggie's feeling towards Negan, that's all she assess about. That's all she cared. And she don't really leave much room to really get to know her son. And I feel as if this season does a really good job. And like, you could kind of see like she's seeing little things, like when those Voyager people did that little that ritual, you know, on the Voyager girl, and Maggie was just seeing how Herschel, you know, give her the little sheet of paper, you know, do what the Voyager people do, as in like their ritual. I feel as if she's, you know, starting to like get to know her son, because I really feel as if she really don't know him. And even at the end of the episode, she was like, hey, I just want to understand your view on, you know, of the city, like why you feel the way you feel. But it was really cool to see these flashbacks, man, because we really get an understanding of why does Herschel, I guess, what's the word, obsess about, you know, going back to the city, because he was really like, yo, I want to go back, like take me with you, mom. But that was the fourth best moment. I'm sorry, that was the second best moment of tonight's episode. Number one, hands down, I gotta go to that crazy ritual that these Voyager people were doing. So early in the episode, we got a chance to see like some walkers, and it looked like they was like missing hearts. So that was kind of strange. And then we meet these new groups of people, and you know, they've been staying low key, they've been under the radar, nobody haven't really been messing with them. And that ritual was a way to kind of, I guess in a way, show another way of grieving. You know how they was doing those little moaning chants, and you know, they kind of tapped their head, you know, with the dying girl's head. But it was just crazy seeing the lady pull out a rock and, you know, basically stone her to remove the heart, and they used that same heart to feed the walkers. So that was a really weird and strange moment. But again, you know, we're used to seeing certain things, and these people have developed, you know, their own way of living, their own way of life. And I thought that was a pretty cool moment just to see. Kind of strange, but just to see, because, you know, who knows how we would be living in the post-apocalyptic world with walkers walking around. We don't know. So it's cool just to see. I kind of respect The Walking Dead when they do little things like that. You kind of see like different civilizations, and you know how they, you know, react to things, and how everything kind of changed them and mold them. I mean, if we being honest, you know, they kind of move like a cult. They seem like they're a cult, but it was very, very intriguing just to see that aspect of it. But, you know, again, tonight's episode was a slow burn. It was really the Herschel episode. This episode really evolved around Herschel, you know, but it was an okay episode. What we have, I think, 3 more episodes left. But again, man, Herschel got to stop lying to Maggie, man. I'm getting sick and tired of this kid lying to his mom. But again, they don't have the best relationship, which the show is doing a good job of establishing that. But overall, thank you guys for watching. Again, we're covering the show week for week. If you guys like what we're talking about, like, subscribe, and I'm out.